I'm Michael Hobson, the Culture and Accountability Officer with the City of Lansing, and I just want to welcome you all here today because this is a great opportunity for us to share the robust, great diversity, inclusion, and equity here in the Lansing area. This is an opportunity for us to share good food, good conversation, but also witness some great performances from great dancers, poetry readings, but also to have the inclusion of the City of Lansing Police Honor Guard and also to have the Lansing Orchestra here is great. So it's an opportunity for us to kind of show all the different diverse sides of Lansing, not just one side, not just for one group, not just for one person, but for the whole community, and showing that this community is a vibrant community that regardless of what's said about that also DEI or those words that have those catchphrases in them. But this is a community that's together, that one that has a spirit of togetherness and one that comes together for events like this and represents for each and every citizen. Before we get started, I want to extend a heartfelt thank you to the incredible Human Relations and Community Service Department, the HRCS team, led by Director Kim Coleman. Every year, our team works tirelessly behind the scenes to make this celebration a great success. And I want to give a special shout out to my co-planner, the person who kept me on point. And when I say on point, Miss Renee Freeman. Renee, thank you. Thank you for your guidance and hard work in making this event an annual success. Let's also give a round of applause to our champion level sponsors, the Board of Water and Light, BWL, Capital Area Transit Authority, CATA, and the Lansing Area Federal Credit Union, LAFQ. Thank you for your commitment to equity and your service to the community. And lastly, we are so very proud and happy and pleased that you have joined us this evening for tonight's event. This is a celebration of the richness of diversity and our spirit of togetherness here in the city of Lansing. Thank you for being part of today's program. Please give yourself a round of applause. Tonight, as you'll see from our lively agenda, we're in for an incredible evening filled with great food. I think the food is great. Can we thank our vendors? Powerful voices, vibrant performances, and moments that remind us of why diversity is something that should be celebrated not just today, but every day. This event is not just a celebration, it's a reflection of who we are in Lansing, a city that's made stronger, more beautiful, and more resilient because of the rich tapestry of cultures, background, and experience that make up our city. As we begin tonight's program, we ask that you please stand as we take a moment to honor the original stewards of the land and water. To offer a land water acknowledgement, please welcome Ariel Wagouche. Immediately following, the Lansing Police Department Honor Guard will present the colors. We ask that you remain standing as the Lansing Symphony Orchestra performs the Star-Spangled Banner and lift every voice and sing. So sit back, open your hearts, let's celebrate the joy, the strength, and the unity found in our community. Thank you, and let's get started.
Chimigwech, thank you so much. Ani Buju, Indinowe Maganadag. Hello, friends and relatives. My name is Ariel, that's my English name. Edewagijikwe, which means both sides of the sky woman, is my spirit name. I'm an enrolled tribal citizen of the Grand Traverse Band of Ottawa and Chippewa Indians, Makanak Nundo Dem. I'm Turtle Clan, Nuejang and Donjaba. I'm from here. And I'm Odawa Anishinaabe Kwe. I'm Odawa and have some Ojibwe. And also mixed European in my bloodline, as many of us on Turtle Island and all over this globe hold many different ancestries. And I'm honored today to, really honored to be able to stand on this land of my ancestors. And I have some relatives here who are also Anishinaabe. And to acknowledge the land here and to acknowledge the water and to acknowledge the people and our ancestors and the children and our traditions and our ceremonies and our language and all the beautiful and richness of the people who were and are still stewards of this land And it's really beautiful to be here in community with all of you, honoring each other. You know, here we are on Turtle Island in this beautiful way, doing this deep work of being relatives together and everything that that means. And so I thought that, you know, I prayed about it. And I asked, you know, what would the land and the water like? And what I heard was to speak in the language, to speak in our language, Anishinaabe which is alive and more alive and alive in our hearts and alive here on the land. So I'm going to say some words and then I'll kind of translate it. And it's sort of like a thank you, an honoring to all of life. Gaje mana do kagaziwatizian gigagizomigo ginanakomigo nagashe ake kagaziwatizian gigagizomigo ginanakomigo Ginwa minawa ni mishomi situk and disonda nimak gigagizo migo ginana komini nim. Gimini yang ishpaming anungo kwan nibe pagitan amon ishkode mitigag ozaka gig mushkiki winan oesiag baneshiag gigoyag aseneg minwa dindamon kinegego nungum kachimigwech join a mission, join a mission, join a mission, join a mission. Creator, we are so grateful to be here together, so grateful to all of our relatives, to the beautiful trees and plants and those creepy crawler relatives, to the winged relatives, to the grandfather who lights the day, to the beautiful waters of this earth, to all the relatives here from all four of the sacred directions of the medicine wheel. We are so, so, so grateful to honor life, to put life and love and community in the center of all that we do. We love you. Love, 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 love. Gratitude. Chimigwech. Oh, thank you. Apachigomigwech bizindaweg.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Emily Sorochi. I am serving as the chairwoman to the DEI Advisory Board. And I'm honored to be here with all of you as we celebrate the incredible diversity that makes Lansing such a strong and resilient community. Tonight, we only not recognize the beauty of our differences, but also the strength we find in unity, equity, and collective purpose. As the chairwoman of the DEI Advisory Board, I'm honored to represent the group of individuals that deeply are committed to advancing justice and inclusion in every corner of our city. Our mission is bold and urgent. We have been appointed to work towards driving policies and practices in the Lansing community that eradicate racism and create an inclusive, fair, and equitable environment where all people have access to economic opportunities, education, housing, and social resources. On behalf of the DEI Advisory Board, I extend our deepest thanks to Mayor Andy Shore and the Lansing City Council for not only creating this board through City Ordinance 1300, but also for entrusting us with this opportunity to shape policy, advise equity, impacts, and collaborate on building a stronger, fairer community. This work is only possible because of the hardworking and committed individuals who support it. Whether we're reviewing city ordinances through an equity lens, supporting economic empowerment, advancing justice and safety, or fostering sustainability, our goal remains the same: to help Lansing become a model of inclusive excellence. To everyone here tonight, our community leaders, residents, partners, and advocates, thank you for being a part of this movement. We are learning and we are listening and we're leading together. Let's build a Lansing that celebrates everyone. Now it's my pleasure to present to you the dynamic leader of our beloved city, Mayor Andy Shore.
Well, thank you so much. I'm gonna go home and tell my wife I got called dynamic. She's gonna be like, go do the cat litter. Thank you all for being here. This is such a great turnout. Every year we get more and more people. I don't know if she's here. I was with the township supervisor in Delta Township, and she literally was just like, I want to get there, but I have a meeting. They have a really important meeting tonight, so I don't see Fonda Brewer here. But I know the word is spreading, and we are really excited that so many people love the fact that we do this. So what an incredible honor to welcome you to our 4th annual celebration of diversity. It's a wonderful tradition that reflects who we are and who we continue to aspire to be here in our city. I want to recognize we have Councilwoman Tamara Carter here. So thank you, Councilwoman, for joining us. She's a good friend and a really hard worker, and she always tries to sink into the back, and I always tell her, we're going to talk about you because you're working hard. We have a whole lot of our department directors here, too. I saw Director Coleman, who is one of who helped organize this, and this is really her brainchild. I know we've got our police chief, Chief Backus. We've got our HR director here. I saw some folks from the BWL. Really great participation. Hey, Maxine. I see Maxine Kane from our sister cities. There are so many folks that are here, and it's just great to have you all here. But again, our HRCS team has done such a wonderful job of putting this together. They truly believe in the mission, and it shows when you talk to them every day. So please, when you get done and you're all eating again and chatting, please thank our Human Relations and Community Service team, because they are such hard workers. Tonight, we come together not only to celebrate our differences, but to honor the strength and the unity that grows from them. We launched our Mayor's Racial Justice and Equity Alliance in 2021, and I'm proud to say we've made significant progress. It wasn't just do the effort, put a report on the shelf. It's the guidebook that Kim and her team really look at every day. We have all listened, we have learned, and most importantly, we have acted. And I think that is tremendously important. We have new inclusive hiring practices. Again, we've got our HR team here. We've increased community engagement. We have a DEI executive team. I'm sorry, I said DEI. Is that okay? Okay, all right. Just want to make sure no one's going to yell at me. We have a DEI executive team. We have our city cabinet has gone through trainings. We have a DEI advisory board. Our city council passed an EDI committee, and we appreciate that. So working with our council partnerships. We have our city's equity core team, which is a combination of all of our different departments, and they are embedded into everything we do. You heard Emily talk about the city's diversity lens. We're making sure that when we do things, we're looking through that lens to make sure that we are an equitable community, because we don't want to just say it, we want to be it. You'll find a list of all of our accomplishments in our DEI Accomplishments June 2025 update, and you'll hear about how community-based organizations are partnering with the city. We can't just do this all ourselves. Everyone thinks the city is this monolithic big entity and we can do everything. We can't. But we have such incredible organizations that do the work in our city. And we have these organizations, they're partnering with us to advance equity, and you're gonna see them in video presentations and on the boards throughout this event. So tonight's celebration, which we are thankful to have you all here, it showcases the rich tapestry of cultures that make Lansing shine, from sharing Ojibwe traditions, seeking folklorico dancers, and hearing classic American anthems. It's a reminder that diversity isn't just something that we acknowledge, it's something that we live here in Lansing. So, thank you for being here, whether you're in person, which many of you are, whether you are online and watching it. We appreciate you being here. We appreciate your presence, your voices, and your support, because it all matters. We're going to keep building a city where we meet the needs of everyone by ensuring that each person feels seen, heard, and empowered. So enjoy the performances, enjoy the food, and enjoy each other. We're all going to celebrate together. Thanks, everyone.
Can we give the mayor another round of applause, please? And for those who have not paid attention, today for the event, we gave out a pin that says, "We don't just celebrate it, we are it." That comes from the culture that is Lansing, so please give yourself a round of applause. The next part of our event is going to spotlight some of the recipients of our racial equity grant that we provided to local organizations this past year, who put together different opportunities, activities, and projects that focus on the roots, combating the roots of racism. So at this time, we'll show some of the videos, and then we will have another two shown a little later in the show.
My name is Dominique Brace, and I'm co-founder of North Star Birthing Services.
My name is Sharday Burton. I am the co-founder of North Star Birthing Services. The main objective of North Star Birthing Services is to support Black maternal health. We uplift the voices of especially Black mothers within our community to support positive birth journeys and support them throughout the pregnancy and postpartum periods.
A doula is a companion person that can be with you throughout your labor, get you ready for labor, make sure you feel that you have a support person on your team. We work alongside nurses and doctors. We don't catch babies. And then if you needed help in postpartum, that's someone that comes with you into your home, very sacred space, helping your partner with meal prep, light housekeeping, just overall best practice for moms and babies.
So our organization used the funds to support an annual community baby shower that we host. The community baby shower is an event that we use to support pregnant persons and mothers in the postpartum period. We provide them with needed items that they are in need of for newborn care, as well as for themselves in the postpartum period. And we also provide many community resources for them that they may not be aware of, and also linking them to supporting resources in the community.
It's the community showing up for us. This is an event that we would call love in action. So when we use the funds, we bring in massage therapists, we bring in mental health therapists, we bring in dancers. This year we brought in Bluey so we could have some fun elements for the children. So success is when all of these elements come together, even financial literacy, doulas. We bring all these things into one space, and it's really welcoming. We also offer a full meal for our participants, and we also have some maternity photography. So they not only leave with all these newborn essentials to help them with their first year of taking care of an infant, but they have so many more resources in their tool belt.
Through our community baby shower, we work to address the systemic barriers of racism, including cost, accessibility to care, and discrimination that Black families face. We do that through providing access to resources at our community baby shower that they may not otherwise be aware of. A lot of the resources that we provide, we are very intentional with selecting the staff and the providers that we have at our community baby shower. Not only are they trusted community providers that we know personally, but we also lift up Black and Brown providers and staff from many of these resources. And as we know through studies, Black people have better health outcomes when they are served by providers that look like them.
What we want people to know is that we are here in Lansing, we are educated, and we will make sure you have the best doulas. And if we don't serve you personally, we also work with a cohort of doulas serving Lansing area as well.
My name is Jose Moore. I'm the founder and executive director of All of the Above Hip Hop Academy. All the Above Hip Hop Academy is essentially a youth mentoring program that centers hip hop culture for the purpose of youth development, cultural preservation and advancement, and also skill transfer. So we're teaching them skills in hip hop culture, some of those artistic art forms, but we're really looking at what are the transferable abilities and skills that are being nurtured in those practices. But it all starts with Black and Brown youth in our country, right? By elevating those stories and celebrating, preserving, talking about, sharing. It's inviting the broader community to celebrate with us, to learn from us. So we can have conversations around what was happening in the South Bronx in 1973 that was the jump off for hip hop culture. Well, you can't have that conversation without talking about the injustices, the oversight, the malpractice, the disenfranchisement, and the neglect that was also happening there. The beautiful story is that folks got together, got creative, and started building unity and through these creative practices. You know what I'm saying? Success to us is when we talk to a parent and they say, hey, our student's performing better in school because of this space that they have. They feel like they belong. They feel like they're included. They feel safe here. They feel seen here. They feel celebrated here. And a parent or a teacher being able to say, yeah, we see AOTA students in the classroom because they're the first one to raise their hand when we ask for the answer to the question. Or they're the first one to go and help another student figure it out. We're not in the business of making professional rappers or professional DJs or professional dancers. We're in the business of holding space and building community so that young people have what they need to thrive. And we know that the arts do a good job at giving young people the opportunity to develop and nurture skills, to identify their passion, and to see other people in those skills, right? So success for us is the fostering of community and hearing how that's happening. How are we supporting young people to become the best versions of themselves? How do we bring community partners into the conversation? How do we think about social emotional learning? How do we think about even academic support? It really is, hip hop is kind of like the sandbox by which we are discovering different ways in which we can meet human needs and the needs of young people too. And so now we're providing that. We're giving young people mentors not to become professional artists, but to become the best versions of themselves. So yeah, when you think All the Above Hip Hop Academy, it's all of the above. It's not just the Hip Hop Academy. It's all the other things that are happening by centering the culture that we believe it can do.
Good afternoon. Amanda Gorman is an inspiration to many. She is a social activist who has overcome many challenges to be on the platform on which she stands today. She overcame a speech impediment and went on to attend Harvard University, graduating with a 4.0 GPA. Ms. Gorman has shared her commitment and passion on human rights and environmental issues in various public forums. This best-selling author has received many awards, including the NAACP Image Award, Glamour Woman of the Year, and National Youth Poet Laureate. In 2021, she recited her poem, The Hill We Climb, at President Joe Biden's inauguration, making history as the youngest poet to ever speak at a presidential inauguration. Today I am honored to share the poem, The Sacred Scene, which Ms. Gorman has recited at the 2024 Democratic National Convention. We gather at this hallowed place because we believe in the American dream. We face a race that tests if this country we cherish shall perish from the earth, and if our earth shall perish from this country. It falls to us to ensure that we do not fall for a people that cannot stand together, cannot stand at all. We are one family, regardless of religion, class, or color. For what defines a patriot isn't just our love for liberty, but our love for one another. This is loud in our country's call because we all love freedom. It is love that frees us all. Empathy emancipates, making it greater than hate or vanity. That is the American promise. Powerful and pure, divided we cannot endure, but united we can endeavor to humanize democracy and endear democracy to humanity. Make no mistake, cohering is the hardest task history ever wrote. Yet tomorrow isn't written by the odds of hardship, but by the audacity of our hope, by the vitality of our vote. Only now, approaching this rare era, are we aware that perhaps the American dream is no dream at all, but instead a dare to dream together. Like a million roots tethered, branching up humbly, making one tree, this is our country's call. From battles won, our freedom wrung, our kingdom come has just begun. We redeem this sacred scene, ready for our journey from it. Together we must birth this early republic and achieve an unearthly summit. Let us not just believe in the American dream, let us be worthy of it.
Can we give her another round of applause? The first time that we were able to witness her give that poem was during the MLK program we had this past January. And I just thought it was very strong and very telling of a community, of a city, when a young person will get up in front of a bunch of older, I'll say more seasoned people, and make us have to remember what it means to be inclusive, where we can say words that may start with diversity and end with diversity. So just want to once again thank her for doing this, because when I called, she was like, yes, I would like to do this. So at this time, we're going to feature two more of our spotlight organizations that received the Racial Equity Grant. Last year was the first year that we actually provided the grants, and we are now about to fund another grant cycle. So if you are, or you know an organization, or are part of an organization, or you just have a great idea that you would like to see in place, our next grant cycle will start next November, and we encourage you to apply for the City of Lansing Racial Equity Grant. Go ahead and start the spotlights.
I'm Casey Thompson, the President and CEO of the YMCA of Metropolitan Lansing.
I'm Elaine Hardy, Director of the Y Achievers Program. The Y Achievers Program is a college readiness and access program for middle and high school students designed to help them make a successful transition from high school to college or high school to the world of work. And we do that by introducing students to colleges, college programs, careers, and mentors. Well, like all YMCA programs, they're open to anyone who wants to participate. And Y Achievers self-select. They learn about our program from past participants and through information that we share with them from the YMCA Lansing. Well, we went right to what we believe is one of the fundamental causes of racism in our country, and that is the inequity in our education system. We recognize that students who live in communities who may have under-resourced schools are denied access to a lot of the college readiness programs and tools that they may need in order to make a successful transition to high school. And so we used our racial equity grant to support the Y Achievers program, and students who participated in Y Achievers were exposed to careers, to mentors, and one of the hallmarks of that program is a 9-day college tour experience.
The YMCA has been in our community since 1877, and we are just excited to be able to help people on their health and wellness journey, to be able to focus on youth, whether it's our child care, our day camp, our resident camp, specialized programming like Y Achievers. We're here for our community in any and every way that we can be. Success is every kid that we're able to get on the path to be able to have a future and look at getting out of college and get ready, like Elaine said, for the workforce or for college. That's success for us. Underneath Elaine's leadership, we've been able to have thousands of kids go through this program. And so any opportunity we have to make our community better, strengthen our youth, that's a win and that's success for the YMCA.
Dr. Stan Parker, Eastside Community Action Center. I serve as the executive director. We provide an after-school program, a food pantry, Inspired to Achieve mentoring program, and a housing program. Many of the individuals that come into our office are referred by other community organizations or because someone they know has benefited from our services. And so they'll come in and then they'll receive an assessment to determine what services they need and what can we provide in terms of those services. We use the racial equity grant in several ways. First of all, we provided eviction assistance by providing funding to help those individuals who were in need based upon what we call life issues. We were able to provide financial support so that they would not be evicted out of their homes or their apartments. In addition to that, we also help them to understand the benefits of maintaining homes in this community. We define success in several ways. First of all, when we're able to take actions to help an individual stay in their home, seeing that smile on their face. Second of all, helping them to broaden their perspective as it relates to housing based upon some of the life challenges that many of them have encountered. We also define success by listening to how they are appreciative for the work and the effort that we have done to assist them in their time of need. We want them to know that we deal with individuals in services by helping them one at a time. We do not use a cookie cutter approach. We deal with them as individuals, understanding their individual circumstance, and when they finish, we want them to know that they are to be an asset to themselves, to their families, and to their community.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Nicolas Hernandez, and I will be presenting with Ballet Maria Luz. Today, she will be dedicating this performance in loving memory of Jody Ackerman, a loving, beloved member of Lansing Parks and Recreation. Jody inspired growth in everyone she touched through her vibrant spirit, magical presence, and unwavering support of youth programs. We always encourage you guys to spend your time and communicate with the community. They will always find something for you to do. Case in point. So without further ado, we would like to present and honor the legendary figures of norteño music with such as Los Gilbertos, Ruben Villa, Chalino Sanchez, and Los Bravos del Norte. We also recognize and celebrate the contributions of the current artists making remarkable strides, such as Karen Leon, Los Rasos, and female vocalist Marisol Hernandez, who is proudly represent the bicultural roots through her work with the band La Santa Cecilia of Los Angeles, California. Without further ado, I present to you Ballet Maria Luz.
Ya estaban en el estrado cuando llegó el sopilote. Estaban en el estrado cuando llegó el sopilote. Pidiéndole su calvar, a número comprado con su dinero. Ya está siguiendo el sombrero, ya está siguiendo el sombrero. Y dijo a su compañero: hoy se casó el Huitlacoche. Con una urraca famosa, la una la celebraban, allá con la rumorosa, la una la celebraban, allá con la rumorosa. ¡Vamos a disparar! ¡Vamos a la pared! Y arriba la ruta, Dios, se van a compadre. ¡Ahora! Como nos los invitaron, varios estaban muy buenos. Como nos los invitaron, varios estaban muy buenos. Abajo en un patiecito había unos correcaminos. Arriba en unas piedrotas estaban unas huilotas. Estaban unas huilotas echándose una grandota. Hoy se casó el Huitlacoche con una urraca famosa, la boda la celebraban, allá por la rumorosa, la boda la celebraban, allá por la rumorosa. Ahí va la loba del madre, dice los que la vieron. A mí que mi fuerza me hace, ya mi burro se murieron. Ahí va la loba del madre, dice los que la vieron. A mí que mi fuerza me hace, ya mi burro se murieron. De veras que hasta que lo decían, si no fuera por la loba, aquí no amanecían. Se me hace que sí, se me hace que no, se me hace que tu marido no te quiere como yo. Una dejadito de la me hace que sí, me hace que no, me hace que tu marido no te quiere como yo. Barrio San Juan de Dios, barrio de las cuatro esquinas, donde revolconado va todita la cantina. Barrio San Juan de Dios, barrio de las cuatro esquinas, donde revolconado va todita la cantina. De la chama que lo decía, si no fuera por la loba, aquí no amanecía. Como que te vas, como que te vienes, pero aquí clarita me hace parece que me mantiene. Yo te comprendo en castellano. Yo soy de raza noble. Yo soy mexicoamericano. Minnesota, from Oaxaca to New York.
They left Michaela's step stool here for me. I don't know if I'm going to need it or not. But join me in thanking them and giving them another round of applause. Outstanding, outstanding, outstanding. And little Michaela with her poem. Outstanding. Give it up for Miss Michaela. But also for the other performers as well, the orchestra, the color guard, the outstanding work that Michael did in helping to pull this together, the staff coming together as a team. You can't ask for more than that. And the vendors, the food was outstanding. Thank you for that. There's some folks that I don't believe we recognize, and that was the DEI board. If you're here, wave your hand so you too can be recognized. The DEI board for the city of Lansing. And also, I believe there were a couple members of the ECT, the Equity Core team, that were present. If you're here, please raise your hand. All right. And thank you all for being here. I am Kim Coleman, Director of Human Relations and Community Services, and what an honor it is to stand before you at our 2025 Celebration of Diversity. I want to thank each of you for your presence, your partnership, and your passion as we recognize the journey we've taken together towards building a more inclusive and equitable Lansing. When we began this work in July of 2020, we knew that progress would require persistence, openness, and collaboration. And today, I'm proud to say we have made real, measurable progress. From the point of our first DEI officer to the evolution of that role into the current culture and accountability officer in Michael Hobson, we've not only created structure, we've established momentum. The title change reflects a deeper commitment to both culture building and holding ourselves accountable to equitable outcomes while addressing the needs of people in the Lansing area. We've engaged in DEI training, reimagined our internal policies through an equity lens, and we've taken action on 6 of the 9 key MRJEA recommendations outlined in our equity assessment. We're not only checking boxes, y'all, we're changing systems. In 2025 alone, we welcomed 25 organizations applying for racial equity grants, partnered on the 44th annual Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. observance featuring young talent and the leadership of Greater Lansing NAACP. We held a citywide forum titled Lansing's Path Forward to share findings of our homelessness study and gather community input for real solutions. Celebrated the legacy of Cesar Chavez and supported the mayor's Ramadan dinner with neighboring East Lansing, lifting up voices of leaders like Lieutenant Governor Garland Gilchrist and former president of the United Farm Workers Union, Arturo Rodriguez. We've made diversity visible through celebration and equity real through action. Our DEI advisory board, our equity core team, and countless city employees and residents have stepped up, ensuring this work is inclusive and community-centered. Together, we've transformed what was once a concept into a citywide culture. But let me be clear. While we are proud of our progress, we're not done yet, and you all know it. The structures are in place, the partnerships are growing, and our resolve is stronger than ever. So today we celebrate. We celebrate a Lansing that is becoming more just, more compassionate, more connected. A Lansing where your background, your identity, your lived experience are not barriers, but assets that enrich our shared community. Let's keep the momentum, you all. Let's keep lifting every voice. Let's keep building a city where everyone belongs and everyone thrives. Thank you for walking this journey with us. The future of diversity in Lansing is not only bright, it's bold. And we thank you for being here. This concludes our program. Please feel free to help yourselves to more food. There is a QR code that we would ask that you use to give us some feedback, and we look forward to seeing you next year.